here we are.
hmm
We've got some exciting news.
Yeah, so this is kind of like a bonus episode where we're talking about something that we're going to be releasing in the fall that we're both very excited about.
Yeah, I was just going to say I'm very excited about it. Well, the question always comes up, where do you go or what do you take next after you take Reiki Master? And how is it that you hone those Reiki Master skills? And we have found that folks kind of, I don't want to say fall away, but they almost get stalled after that 21-day integration period because they know that they're connected with receiving Reiki from us for 21 days. And then what? So we've put together what we're calling Reiki Wisdom Circle. A Reiki Wisdom Circle. So you have to be a Reiki master. It can be in any lineage. And now what? Now we're going to tell you all about the pieces of it.
Once a month, we are going to have an in-person option and an online option. It's going to be, what do we say, the fourth Tuesday or
Yep.
Wednesday?
Right. Starting in September.
Yeah, September 23rd and 24th are going to be the start dates. And it's going to be, so we're going to have a meeting once a month, like I said, in person or online, live meeting. And then we're going to have weekly engagement also through a Facebook group and or through email. So you're going to get kind of homework, lessons.
No, definitely homework. Let's call it out because that's where people fall away is that they don't know how to practice or they don't know what to practice, even though they have a manual, they've had the experience. They're solo, so this is walking the journey alone together. So
Yeah.
this is a place for accountability. So yes, there is homework.
Yep. I love that. It's just perfect for people that like that kind of continuing education class structure, but then you're also going to have the freedom to practice the way you practice with,
Exactly.
guidance from us and support from other people because it's going to be a community of, Reiki masters that are working together. Like you said, I like that working separately together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you walk your path. You walk your path and you're walking your path alone. That doesn't mean you can't have somebody walking next to you, walking their path
hmm
and sharing the wisdom and knowledge and experience that they've had. This is also a great place to have those conversations about the things that happen with Reiki that, you know, your mom, your dad, your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, best friend, son, daughter are not going to necessarily understand because they haven't taken Reiki. They haven't studied it. And, stuff happens in self Reiki sessions, in group sessions, and if you're building a practice, those kind of questions can be answered in this Reiki wisdom circle. You're going to get the support to take Reiki on the path that you're meant to go on.
Because we also believe that not everybody is meant to practice with other people. They're meant to use it in a different way. So this is a way to explore that too and see the different ways that people can use it in their lives, in their work, in their jobs.
Not everybody, just because you take Reiki Master doesn't mean that you're going to be a Reiki Master teacher.
hmm
And there is nothing wrong with not teaching and bringing Reiki into your environment as a Reiki master is so powerful. And I feel like Reiki masters need the support and encouragement to blaze their trail
Yes.
so that they become the trail
hmm
and then they become Reiki eventually.
Yes. I love that. It's like an untapped resource
Exactly.
that we want to help bring out. hmm
I'm excited about it because I do love talking about Reiki. We love talking about Reiki
Yeah.
together and adding other people into the conversation just makes it that much more rich, deep, exciting,
Mhm.
curious. It takes us in different direction too. The possibilities are endless as far as where we can go with the Reiki Wisdom Circle
Yes, I agree.
because the energy when we practice together is so much more
hmm
than when you're practicing solo. Not that there's anything wrong with practicing solo. I feel what's the word I want? I feel that Reiki stays more present in your awareness when you are held accountable with some other Reiki people.
Yes, I totally agree.
So space is limited too, by the way. We are keeping the group, the circle size relatively small, not super small, but we're limiting it. So if you're interested in signing up, I would say sign up early. There is a monthly fee for that, and we're keeping that on the low side. And I say that not for anything other than we want to support Reiki masters through their process, and a monthly fee of $55 a month with the in-person 2 hours
Mhm,
once a month and online engagement once a week. It's a really great price for the amount of interaction and information, support, and accountability that you're getting. We will also be doing Reiki meditations, ignitions, and things like that to support your path.
mhm. Yeah. I love that. There's a lot of value for that. And I'm not just saying that because we're running it, but when we were talking about price, that's a lot of energy and a
It
lot
is.
of resources. And we really just want to provide that for other people because that's a path that we've taken together, through our learning. And we had each other to hold each other accountable and to talk about the energy with. And we see so many people that don't have that. They don't have the spaces to talk about the weird stuff, to talk about the unexplainable, and we wanna bring that opportunity to people.
Or even talk about your vulnerability and your insecurity about stepping out and maybe creating a practice,
Mhm.
or stepping out and maybe teaching a class.
Yeah.
Those things can feel intimidating.
Mhm.
And when you share those feelings, you take the power away from those limitations that you're putting on yourself by fear. So that's another benefit of being in a community circle is the love and support that you're going to get. And the challenges, I got to be honest with you, the challenges that you're going to get. Maybe people will be pushing you out to do the things. It might be true that my counterpart here never thought that she would be a Reiki teacher, and here
Yeah.
she is.
That is so true. I didn't go into this really up until I started teaching thinking that I was gonna be a teacher. It was not part of my original path plan or anything, and yeah, that's a story for another day. But I had the support that I needed, luckily, to follow the energy and follow the path and trust where Reiki was guiding me.
And for me, I never really thought that I would want to teach with another person. It's not that I didn't need it. The benefit of having two teachers, two facilitators of a circle
Mhm.
gives you two different perspectives, and it gives you a place that you can have two different types of conversations. We have students that come to me for some things and go to Elaine for something else. And that is totally fine. We respect that because, we see things differently. Our gifts are different. Our energy is different. So that's a benefit of the circle. And then as we add people into the circle, Reiki masters in the circle, having those perspectives, those conversations, it is only going to create a richer pot of goodness.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just like, I can't wait.
I know. I love it. I'm
All
so
right.
excited. Yeah.
So Reiki Wisdom Circle starts in September. We will be promoting information about how you can sign up. Like I said, space is limited.
Yes. We wanna keep the groups kind of small so that we have that, cohesive energy, that comfy energy is what I'm getting. We don't want it to be big, and we want you to have your own individual experiences and for us to honor everybody's individual personalities and experiences. And I don't know if at the time it's gonna be at night, so it's gonna be after work. It's gonna be 6 to 8.
Right. There was something that I was going to say in relation to what you just said about the size. 2 hours once a month plus engagement on social media is a good starting point for accountability and conversations. And keeping it small creates a space for the conversations to begin and continue from meeting to meeting. And throughout the month, you're going to be building relationships with other Reiki masters that then you can develop a strong network of support for yourself. So there you have it. Reiki Wisdom Circle starting in September. Don't miss out.